and gentlemen, welcome to RENEBOXYOUNG, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, and analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. Subscribers since day one and recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for liking it up, sharing it up. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification bell also if you're new to the platform. If you love the sport of boxing, this is the place for you, okay? It's as simple as that. We just love sport. We just chop it up. We chop up about what we love. It's the sport of boxing. That's it. That's all we do here, man. Simple as that. Easy peasy. You can support also if you wish, apart from liking it, sharing it up, you know what I'm saying? Subscribing. You can also support via CASHAPP, $ RENEBOXYOUNG, CASHAPP, $ RENEBOXYOUNG. Thanks so much for those who have supported in that manner. As always, I appreciate y'all. Just thank you guys so much. Let's get to this. I just want to make a quick mention of these fights that we saw. Xander Zayas versus Espadas, if I'm not mistaken, right? And of course Teofimo versus Pedro Camp. And in the lead up to this whole event, I was more interested in watching Xander Zayas, if I'm pronouncing his name right. If I'm not, well, whatever, right? Sorry. But I was more interested in watching him fight because his come up, he's a young prospect coming up, 154. He seems quite focused, man. I gotta say this real quick about Zayas, man. I mean, I've been watching him, for a minute, and it's time to talk about him and mention him a little bit more. I've mentioned him, I think, here and there, but not much. He's coming up, man. As you guys can see, I don't think he's one of the top 15 though, and when it comes to the rankings, but he got skills. He definitely has skills to be considered, and he's very mature, man, for his age. He's really young. I don't even think he's 20 yet, if I'm not mistaken. I really don't know. I don't know his age, but I think he's just super young, and in a really hot division, 154. So he's definitely worth considering, man. And he's coming up. You know what I'm saying? He's coming up. The thing here about him is that he knows he's real mature for his age. For example, you got there are fighters out there, man, that are very mature for their age. Devin Haney's one of them. You can put names on other fighters, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you guys know who they are. Ennis is another one. I mean, there are several names out there who are very young and they speak very maturely. That's Xander Zayas. He's really focused, man. You just go to the interviews, and I like to contemplate interviews and fighters, you know what I'm saying? When you see fighters who are mature and they're just highly intelligent in what they say, how they word, their mannerisms and things like that, how they word what they say. I like to see those kinds of fighters, you know what I'm saying? And Zayas is one of those guys, and you can see how it translates in the ring. These fighters who are like that, I don't say it's always the case, but you can see that intelligence in the ring, and that's what you see in Zayas. He's not like, this fight that that he fought against Espadas, he was getting caught quite a bit, man, but he got the skills. He has the goods. That's what I'm trying to say. He has the goods, and he said he's not trying to rush it. Getting back to that when it comes to interviews and stuff like that in the lead up to this fight with the Espadas fight, he said he's not trying to rush things, you know what I'm saying? He said if the opportunities come to fight the top in the division, he'll go for it, but he's not rushing it. That's smart to say on Zayas' part, because there are a lot of these guys out there. You already know, and I got to mention these names. Several fighters out there, man, that say they want to fight the top and they want to do this and they want to do that and they want to conquer the freaking world, and they don't back it up via the fights that the fighters, the competition they're fighting. It's just what it is. Zayas, man, he admits it. He says, this was via ESPN Knockout. Salute to them, Spanish broadcasters, commentators. I like to watch, man, they're commentating, and they interviewed Zayas. They also interviewed Teofimo Lopez in the lead up to this fight, and obviously the interviews that they have had in other platforms. You already know the names, YouTube platforms or whatever, and mainstream also, but Zayas in particular on this platform said that. He said just that, as concerning the names that were mentioned, by the commentator, the top at 154. He said, if they come, they come, but, we're not rushing it. We're not rushing it. We're taking it, fight by fight, step by step. And that's smart for Zayas to say that, because he himself knows, man, he has some things to work on. He has some, rough edges to smooth out, but he has the goods, ladies and gentlemen. Xander Zayas is definitely worth watching and paying attention to in his career. He's a prospect, I guess they call him, but, he's moving up, but in this fight in particular against Espadas, this is the thing about Xander Zayas, man, that the goods are there, man. The shots to the body, the combos, the footwork, but it seems like when he, the left hooks y'all saw when he knocked down Espadas the first time in the first round, as a matter of fact, quick knockdown, nice knockdown by Zayas, to Espadas, man, but it seemed like Espadas came back. He woke up. Kind of reminds me of Andy Ruiz when he got knocked down, you know, the first time against Anthony Joshua. Kind of woke him up and snapped him out of it, the comfort zone, and went at him. You know, that's what Espadas did against Zayas. If you didn't see that fight, you got to go watch it. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun fight, man. That was an entertaining fight. Espadas came back, and the thing here is it seems like, you know, Zayas, he needs to be a little bit more patient because, you know, when the rounds were evolving, he was kind of doing that toe-to-toe stuff, and he was getting caught quite a bit. Zayas has a chin, man. Go and watch that fight if you didn't. It was fun, man. You know, like I said, man, I'm not one of those who favor one platform over another. I just want to see great fights, man. And then the ESPN card had some nice fights, man. You know, one of the undercards, I think it was the first one. It was, I forgot their name. It was Montoya versus Cortez, if I'm not mistaken. If you didn't see that fight, that was a fun fight, too. It was pretty fun. You know, but Zayas and Espadas, man, it was a pretty entertaining fight. Espadas came back after that knockdown, you know, and the rounds were evolving. Zayas was quite patient, you know, after the first knockdown against Espadas. Then Espadas started really pressuring him, just throwing them blows, man, and Zayas was doing the same back. And this is the thing about Zayas, what I'm getting at, that, you know, when his opponent comes at him, you know, with all fury, you know, Zayas, he kind of gets emotional and he tries to exchange back, which is good to a certain degree, but it's not too intelligent because he was getting, you know, Zayas was getting, you know, he was getting touched up on the inside, man. You know, faced nice, wonderful chin shots by his opponent, Espadas. And getting back to that, man, Zayas has a chin. He has a chin, man. I mean, that boy, wow, you know what I'm saying? So things he has to work on. The defense on the inside, you know, but he has the goods, ladies and gentlemen. He has the goods, man. So shouts out to Zayas in his victory, man, you know, and obviously, as you guys saw, you know, he beat Espadas wonderfully, but, you know, he has the goods, but, you know, the defense, like I said, he has some rough edges to smooth out, you know, and I'm sure they're going to work on that. So shouts out to Zayas, man. Definitely fun fight, you know what I'm saying? Great victory, you know. So now, you know, transitioning over to Teofimo Lopez. All right, that's going to be the, you know, I guess the main thing of this video. You know, we gotta be clear here, okay? Let's just be realistic. And I've said this many times, man. I've said this many times. You know, if anybody's new here, you go back and check out my other videos and stuff like that. When it comes to Teofimo talk, you know, I mean, let's put the ignorance, let's put the you know, big ego to the side, because a lot of these fighters have it anyway. So even a lot of times when these fighters lose, they say they didn't lose. Canelo said the same thing when he lost against Bivol. You know, the list goes on and freaking on, okay? So, I mean, but, you know, let's just put all that to the side. Because as far as Teofimo talk, we know what he's talking. We know what he's saying. You know, the takeover's back, you know, the get back and blah, blah, blah. He wants to fight the top now at 140. Hey, salute to him if he wants to do that. I'm just going to focus mainly on what he does in the ring, what he did against Pedro Campa, okay? Obviously, I'm going to mention here and there what he has said and stuff like that, but mainly I want to focus on what he did in the ring against Campa. Now, first, in the lead up to this fight, man, I commented there. That's all you got. You can follow me, man. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter also. I give input on unique things according to what is posted on those social media platforms, okay? So you follow me there, man. You see what I'm saying. But that's why I mentioned, you know, I've said this and I said that here and there. It's because I say that stuff on social media. For example, Instagram. On one of these posts by Tom Frank, when on the lead up to this fight, you know, there were some comments out there, and I would react to that and say, look, Pedro Campa, man, he was given, I think you all know this, Teofimo was given Pedro Campa, you know, to quote unquote get back and make Teofimo look good. And let's be realistic here, ladies and gentlemen. Promotional companies do that. It's a business, man. It's a business. You got to pull eyeballs. You know, and beat your opponent in impressive fashions in order to get more eyeballs and butts and seats, as Leonard Ellerby says many times about Tank Davis. And that happens, and that's exactly what Tank Davis has been doing in his team, his promotional team, and getting many butts and seats, because he knocks all these guys out, most of them at least. So we know that, man, after Teofimo coming off a loss, you know, from, you know, against Kambosos, y'all know, even though he's been saying time and time again in the lead up to, before freaking Campa was ordered to fight Teofimo, before this whole thing was announced, Teofimo was talking about, I want the top, I want I want all the top champs and blah, blah, blah. We knew, and, you know, I very well knew he wasn't going to fight any of the top. Coming off of a loss, first fight at 140, it was going to be a soft touch. I think I even said that in one of my lives months ago. It's going to be a soft touch. And lo and behold, that's exactly what it was in Pedro Campa. So we got to get that straight and understand that first and foremost, man. We got to understand that, you know, some people get a little bit over emotional, a little bit too hyped up when it comes to how Teofimo performed against Pedro Campa. Salute to Teofimo, though, and his win. I mean, that was a wonderful portrayal of skills in that ring, man. Shouts out to Teofimo and his win. I'm just trying to, you know, come at it from a level-headed approach. That's why in all my introductions you hear it. RENEBOXYOUNG, a platform where simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about sport of boxing and level-headed, in a level-headed, coherent, mature fashion. That implies not over-emotional, not, you know, going more for this race and that race. I just love the sport and I call it for what I see. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do it when it comes to this platform. You know what I'm saying? That's just the approach here. So when we look at it in a level-headed fashion, this is what I'm trying to say, man. You know, this was expected. And that's what I put, you know, in Instagram and these, you know, some of these comments I've reacted to. I said, you know, this is it's expected. It's because some people out there comment. Salute to those, you know, family, you know, it's all boxing fans. Salute to those who said that. But, you know, I would come in and say, because some people said this is gonna be a war, you know, Pedro Campa, he's no joke, and this and that, and I was, you know, and I would comment and say it's expected, you know, this fight is expected for Teofimo to shine and to, you know, impress, and that's exactly what happened. And I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I enjoyed the fight because Teofimo, man, that was just beautiful artistic work in that ring, man. Beautiful. He was bringing all the tools out of the toolbox, man. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? So salute to Teofimo and his victory, man. Definitely, you know, Pedro Campa, I think one shot, at least one shot, I don't remember, but it was one prominent shot that Pedro Campa threw to Teo, man. Clocked him right in the face, bam, you know what I'm saying? But hey, Teo kept going back, and of course people are gonna say, yeah, he got touched up too, but hey, it's a fight, you know what I'm saying? But there's levels to this. There's levels to this, man, you know what I'm saying? And Teofimo freaking shined and, you know, showed that he's on another level, you know what I'm saying? And salute to his win. Salute to Teofimo and his victory, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is the thing here, man. I don't want to really break it down because I'm sure you saw the fight already, you know what I'm saying? I just really did enjoy it. Let me just reiterate this before we continue to the next point. I really did enjoy, man, what I saw from Teo, man. You know, the man, just everything. He threw everything in the ring in there, man. He was just, man, you know, the uppercuts, man, the hooks, you know, it's just wow. You know, the leaping left hooks, bam, you know, his typical signature, you know, hook shots that knock his opponents out. Just wonderful stuff. His footwork, man. Hey, salute to Teo and his skills. He got, you know, like I said, man, when it comes to Teo talk, you know, like I said, check out my channel if you haven't, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to Teo, I'd never discredit what he does in the ring and his skills. He has them, you know what I'm saying? Never. You know, but apart from that, you know, I really didn't like how, you know, he got so big-headed after the Loma win. But whatever, it is what it is, right? We are here and we are now, right? So what's next for Teo, man? Okay, okay, watch this. This is me, and like I said, I'm no freaking expert, but yeah, okay? So this is me, okay? When you analyze the rankings, WBC, WBA, you know, and the other rankings, WBO and whatever, the other one, I don't remember. Okay, all these four rankings, okay? Sanctioning bodies, right? I think that I'm inclined more, and that belt, let's just make that clear, that was no championship belt. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing with the belts, but you already know me, okay? You already know what I think about that, okay? So they fought for a belt. Intercontinental, continental, whatever, continental belt, whatever that was, okay? They fought for that belt, Pedro. It wasn't the vacant champ belt, because some people, like, you know, the social media out there, they thought it was like the championship belt, the vacant one, WBA or whatever belt it was, but it wasn't the vacant belt, because, you know, Teofimo's not even ranked first or second. You know, he's not even ranked number one in any of the sanctioning bodies that won for it to even fight for one of those belts. But it was like a continental belt, whatever. So what I'm trying to say is this, okay? It looks like, okay, WBC, WBA, WBO, and the other one, I don't remember what it was, but whatever. I think that it's more probable that Teofimo will fight for the WBO championship belt soon. Maybe not his next fight, I don't think so, but or the WBA belt soon, because the WBA belt is vacant, WBC belt is vacant, but the WBC belt right now, there are other fighters, and I talked about that in my last video, one of my videos recently. I think it was in the Gary Antoine Russell video where I broke that down at 140, but I think it's more probable Teofimo fights for a belt for the WBA championship belt. And those names, why? Because look at the names there. Look at the names in the top 10 approximately. Regis Prograis is there. I think he's a little bit higher than Teofimo in the WBA rankings, but Regis Prograis got other bigger fish to fry in Cepeda, if the case is that they are really going to fight for that WBC vacant belt. So WBC's busy. Regis Prograis is probably busy over there. I think Gary Antoine Russell's around there, but we very well know, ladies and gentlemen, I said this last video, my Gary Antoine Russell video, we very well know that they're not going to match up Teofimo against Gary Antoine Russell, because that would be too hard of a fight for Teofimo, and vice versa. But I don't think Teofimo and his team would take that fight. I personally do not, okay? But you go to WBA rankings, those top names, I think, Teofimo has a chance. I'm not saying that he's going to fight for that vacant belt yet, or he's going to have a championship fight next at 140. But I'm bringing this up to say, who do you want to see? Who do you want to see Teofimo fight next? I don't think it's going to be for a championship belt, definitely. He's been saying things, this and that. He's been saying this and that about all these top names, okay? I'm not saying Ryan Garcia is a top name, but hey, he should be considered because that name's been thrown around, right? I don't know, man, because Oscar De La Hoya, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're talking about, I don't know what they want next for Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia, apparently, according to sources and rumors, which I don't really base myself on too much, you know what I'm saying? Because you already know what it is. They were talking about Ryan Garcia fighting some other guy from the UK or something, okay? And I wouldn't doubt that happens. And it's going to prove what I've been saying for a minute concerning Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis are not going to fight this year. It's going towards that, okay? What I've been saying. But anyways, it is what it is, right? So Teofimo, I don't think he's going to fight Ryan Garcia. I don't think he's going to fight Tank. Of course not. Who's going to be next for Teofimo? I don't know. I think it's going to be another kind of a light touch in Pedro Campa. Personally, I think that, okay? I personally think that. And it's interesting to see that. I talked about this in my last video, that when we talked about 140. Teo's up there in the rankings, man. He's the top 10, top 5. He's around the top 10 and top 5 in all these 4 sanctioning bodies. So it's interesting. I wonder how they're going to mix this up with Teofimo in his next fight. You know what I'm saying? He has the mouth. He has the skills. All I hope is this, man, that, and some people were even speculating that, Pedro Campa was going to go in there and smash Teo because of Teo's mental state. We got to watch out for Teofimo in his mental state. He looks completely focused, and the way he performed, it's showing. He's focused, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not misinterpret. Because Teofimo lost against Cambo, and he just kind of lost his mind. You know what I'm saying? Or he's arrogant and not humble. It doesn't mean that it's taking away his skills, man. I think he's really determined, man. It's going to be very interesting. This is making it a lot more interesting now for 140. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I just hope the best for him in his personal life, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. That's his personal life is his personal life. I don't really talk about fighters of their personal lives, you know what I'm saying? I wish the best for them all, you know what I'm saying? But I hope his mental's there. I hope he's okay, you know what I'm saying? But hey, he did wonderful in the ring. He did wonderful in the ring against Campa. And I personally think, man, this is where we go. I think his next opponent is going to be kind of a light touch, man, But it's interesting because at the same time, in that same breath, he's top 10, top 5. In these sanctioned bodies. You go check out the list. I just don't remember, you know what I'm saying? But he's around there. Interesting stuff. I wonder who they're going to put him up against next. I don't think it's going to be those challenging names that are out there at 140. You also got Barbosa. I've mentioned him several times. I don't think it's going to be a Barbosa, but who knows? Who knows, man? We'll see what Bob Arum has for Teofimo up his sleeve. I would, remember, you go back months. Barbosa said, hey, I'm right here. When Teofimo said he was going to move up to 140 and he wants to fight the top and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Barbosa said, hey, I'm your Huckleberry. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, right? He said it in social media. He said, I'm ready for, bring it. Bring it. That would be wonderful. Barbosa versus Teofimo, man. Whew. You know what I'm saying? But I got to reiterate this, what I said earlier. Teofimo, I gotta admit, man, whether we like him or not, as far as his attitude or what he says, who cares, right? But he has elite skills, man. This guy has elite skills, so we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, but I personally don't think it's going to be those top names. Jose Ramirez also, he's going to get married, and that's why the WBC, they're ordering, Regis Prograis and Cepeda, so, but still, you got Jose Ramirez there. Ramirez, what did I say? Ramirez, you got Ramirez there, so Ramirez is no light touch, ladies and gentlemen, but, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. And another point here, real quick, man, before we finish. Does that power, will that power translate? Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, he knocked out Pedro Campo, though. What do you mean his power? Well, it was Pedro Campo, man. It was Pedro Campo. He's not, you know what I'm saying? But I wonder if his power will translate to knocking these guys out. It's not all about knockouts. You already know that. But, you know, we'll see, man. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Very interesting. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's next for Teofimo, man. We'll see what's next. RENEBOXYOUNG platform. Who do you think should be next for him? Go ahead and comment in the comment section. Y'all, Playback family, thank you guys so much. Comment right there also. Thank you guys so much, man. RENEBOXYOUNG platform. We simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about sport of boxing in level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. Thank you guys so much, man. And go ahead and like it up, share it up if you want to support via Cash App. $RENEBOXYOUNG. Cash App. $RENEBOXYOUNG. Peace out, fam. Stay safe.